The S Pen is no more on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. But why? Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. 2025 has been a bad year for the S Pen. It lost its Magic Wand features from the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and here now with the Galaxy Z Fold 7, it's lost the digitizer layer that supports the pen input. I don't want to jinx anything, but if we get a tablet launch this year and something's happened to the pen, we will riot. With the S25 Ultra, Samsung claimed low usage rates of the Bluetooth functions, and that's why they ditched the support for it. So why, though, does it not support it on the Z Fold 7? Well, to answer that, let's go back a little bit. In 2020, Samsung launched the last ever Galaxy Note, the Galaxy Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. The Notes were, famously, a dedicated smartphone built for productivity, and the pen was a large part of that. In 2021, Samsung launched the S21 Ultra, which was the first S series to ever support S Pen input, but there was no slot for it. It was a separate accessory that you needed to purchase. And then later on that same year, there was no Note launch whatsoever. Samsung replaced the Note with the Fold. And that was the year that we got the Fold 3, and that also supported S Pen input, again, through a dedicated accessory. I have a Z Fold 3 here, and to the surprise of no one, it supported S Pen input. As you can see, it was obviously a move that Samsung needed to take. Big screen, S Pen input, it was like a match made in heaven. But it was a bit more difficult to get it into the Fold because you couldn't just use the S Pen that comes with the Ultra. The layer and the structure of the display on the Fold meant that that pen tip was too fine and too sharp and potentially could damage it. So Samsung had to go and develop a brand new pen with a thicker tip, one that would actually support the input and not damage the screen. And they also had to ensure that the digitizer layer couldn't bend, because if they bent that digitizer layer, then that would get damaged. So what they actually did was the digitizer layer was split into two. You had one half on this side and one half on that side. And there's actually no digitizer in the middle there. What Samsung did through a software algorithm is they actually made it predict what the next movement was going to be when you drive that pen across the screen. So when it gets to this middle section, that is not actually detecting pen input. That is actually software that either side of the pen input is detecting it and then filling in the blanks. Does a really good job too. The point to make, though, is it needed that digitizer layer, because it's Wacom technology, to work. They couldn't just slap the pen in and make it work. They needed that digitizer layer in there to make the pen input survive. As the years progressed and more foldables came out, the digitizer layer remained until we get to the Fold 6. Samsung released this Fold 6 and it supported S Pen input. But alongside the Fold 6 launching, other manufacturers were quickly catching up and surpassing Samsung. That was because they were going for thinner and lighter designs and sort of ignoring the fact that that digitizer layer needed to be there. They used other pen technology nowhere near the same as what Samsung were using. Samsung became under pressure to sort of create that same design language. For me, the Fold 6 kind of represents Samsung's peak Fold design heritage. It's exactly what they wanted when they developed the original Galaxy Fold back in 2019. Had this narrow cover screen on the front, which was easy to use one-handed, and then unfolded into a tablet with no distractions on the display thanks to the under-display camera being there. And because it had S Pen support, you could use this pen on the display and it opened up different levels of productivity for you to be able to utilize with the pen and that big tablet display. One that I'm going to sorely miss, as I sort of don't have this anymore. Sad. The thing was, as much as this was Samsung's, I guess, peak design for foldables, when you look through their history, it looked dated, especially when it's closed, compared to what else was out there. So to showcase that Samsung was still in the mix, they created the Fold Special Edition, almost as like a precursor as to what the Fold 7 was going to be like. And the Fold Special Edition did not support S Pen input in the same way that the Fold 7 now doesn't. Samsung spoke on stage about re-engineering the display structures to make sure that it's durable, because that's another thing that people like to know about with Folds, is that they are durable for long-term usage. So what they did was they re-engineered the entire structure, and removing the digitizer was part of that, because what they did, they thickened the actual layer of displays to reinforce it, and the digitizer layer just didn't have room anymore to sit there, especially in Samsung's pursuit of this thin and light form factor that just had to make way. Reflecting back on my own S Pen usage with the Fold 6, it was always something that you had to remember because there was no dedicated slot for it in the phone. So you always had to either put it in your bag or remember to put it in your pocket. And sometimes that wasn't always the case. And because sometimes you'd set it down, you were prone to losing it. Perfect example is here is my Fold 6 S Pen case. Where's the S Pen? I've lost it. Yes, I've got the S Pen Pro, but that doesn't fit in here. That's too big. And I have the case for the S Pen Pro, but sometimes searching for this thing is incredibly difficult. Remembering where I've put it down last means that it's not always accessible. I know that this take might upset some people, and especially in the last few years, Samsung have had a bit of a habit of doing that. But until they can find a way to embed an S Pen in here without compromising on the structure and durability of the display, and without compromising on the design, I just don't think it's worth having support for it. Because it's just an extra accessory that you need to purchase, that is a little bit pricey, and it's not the best experience yet. So until Samsung can make the S Pen and the Fold the best experience, I think for now, it should stay an ultra exclusive, because at least for now, there's room for it to go. If Samsung can find another way to make the S Pen supported without compromising on the display structure, which would probably mean no digitizer and maybe a lesser quality pen, then maybe that can be the solution for the interim until they find a solution to put it in here without upsetting the people that want this thin phone. But it's not always easy to do. For me, the S Pen was always a luxury on the Fold. It was never a given. Lots of people are saying that if this is the Ultra that folds, where's the pen support? Missing the fact that the S Pen was never actually an Ultra feature. It was a Note feature. It just now is on the Ultra because the Ultra has everything that Samsung has to offer. Samsung have not called this the Z Fold 7 Ultra, thus it doesn't realistically need S Pen support. And the thing is, I don't necessarily think Samsung is to blame here. I would say that the foldable competition has kind of made Samsung rethink what people want out of foldables, and the S Pen was the casualty to achieve this design. I, for one, would welcome the return of it, of course. I just hope that they do it in a way that makes it easier to remember to use it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a controversial move from Samsung. The pursuit of thinness and the pursuit of design has kind of made Samsung go down this path. Let's just hope it's the one where they realize that people still want it and they bring it back next time. If you like the S Pen, let us know in the comments below. If you never use the S Pen, let us know as well. Hit subscribe to SamMobile, go check us out on all our socials, and go check out our website for all the latest Samsung news, reviews, and tips and tricks. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.